If you've been playing Minecraft for a long time, you may have seen this image, the default resource pack icon or the default server icon, assuming the owner didn't change it, known as PACK.PNG. After a video by SalC1 asking if the seed for the image was possible to find, a whole project was started with about 1,000 people working on the project, eventually finding the seed for the world. Today I will be surviving 100 days on the PACK.PNG seed, converted to 1.16 of course, with the goals of actually living to 100 days, getting somewhat decent armor and tools, and killing dragon, as well as expanding my base through the process of it. I was also doing this in hardcore Minecraft, which if I were to die, I would lose the world forever. Anyways, let's get into the video. Day 1 started off with what you'd normally expect. Wood, tools, and food. For whatever reason, I couldn't find any sheep to get wool for beds, so I decided to go mining. I set up a branch mine like what I would normally do when I play survival. I kept mining until I got some iron and smelted it. I made a shield and a pickaxe. I think most of us probably would. Day 2, I just kept expanding my branch mine until it was a little bit more spacious. There was so much gravel that I had to deal with though. As I was a bit fiddly with hotkeys, I kept accidentally turning on the narrator. I got out of the mine to mine a bit of coal, and then went and smelted all of the stuff that I had. I used the iron that I smelted to make some armor, and remade some of my tools. I went back down to mine, and I found some diamonds. I made a diamond pickaxe and saved the other diamond for when I needed it. Later, I found even more diamonds. After smelting some iron, I decided to make the rest of my armor pieces. And I also made a diamond shovel and axe. I kept mining until I found a vein of diamonds. Day 3, I kept mining until I found even more diamonds next to lava. Don't worry though, I was actually able to get everything carefully. I went up to the surface to get some more wood so I could actually build a house. I ran into a plains biome where I actually killed a bit of animals so I could actually get a little bit more food. There was this wandering trader over here that I decided to kill so I could get some free leads. Then I kept running and I found a village where I quickly just went into one of the houses and took one of the beds because I couldn't get wool for beds. I took a screenshot of the coordinates, but that was just really useless considering I found my way to this village later on. Day 4, I mined some birch wood that I decided to use for the flooring of my house. And then I went and smelted a lot of the food I had. I went and got a little bit more wood, then started construction on my house. Construction continued on day 5, which I decided to add a second floor in my house. This was mainly just the framing of the house though. Eventually, I put in the floor, then I started putting up the walls. When I was about to go to sleep, I heard an enderman in my house. So I decided to just do a smart thing and put the enderman in a boat and kill it. Unfortunately, it didn't drop a pearl. Days 6 and 7 was mainly me finishing up my house, which consisted of building the stairway to the second floor, crafting and using the glass panes for the windows, and then finishing up the roof. Then I went back down to mine again, hoping to get enough diamonds to get full diamond, and I managed to find a few diamonds. I decided to add a bit to the branch mine hub. I decided to add a chest, furnaces, and actually yeah, just chests and furnaces, and a crafting table. On the first part of day 8, I decided to make all of my diamonds into full diamond armor. My pickaxe was dying, so I decided to use that one extra diamond I had to repair my diamond pickaxe. Starting on day 9, I grinded for 4 straight days, trying to kill a lot of cows, so I could actually get enough leather to actually make level 30 enchants. I swear to God, this is like the 7th village I found in this world, and like they're not even like that far apart from each other, probably like 100 blocks from each other. But why are there so many villages in this world, like in this Minecraft world? Like usually they're a lot more rarer than like what it is on Bedrock, and I'm playing on Java. But why is it that there's just so many villages? And all I'm trying to do is just get all of the blocks or all of the leather for level 30 enchants, and then this is what I This is what the game gives me. I guess there's so much trading potential, I guess. Day 13, I decided to turn some of the sugarcane and the leather I've got into books. Although I didn't really have enough to actually make all of the books and bookshelves to make the enchantment room. Day 14, I decided to go mining for some obsidian and some diamonds so I can make an enchantment table. While doing that, I found this mob spawner, but for whatever reason, there was literally no chest in here. No matter how much gravel I decided to mine, that would have been surrounding the chest. Eventually, I got the diamonds and the obsidian. Day 15, I went out to get some sugarcane and then smelted all of the raw beef I got from killing all the cows. Day 16, I decided to go check out what was the rack under my house, and turns out there was an actual cave that was under my house. I had to kill so many mobs. This cave was literally full of skeletons, zombies, and creepers. After that, I decided to light up the caves and then set up a sugarcane farm. Day 17, I decided to finish up the sugarcane farm. Then I patched up the hole that was caused by falling sand when I figured out the cave was under my house. I decided to use the hole that I patched up as an animal pen, just to make something different than what you would see in every other Minecraft series. I had to lure another cow in because as you just saw earlier, I accidentally killed that cow. I decided to use a lead to bring a pig in, just seeing if that would make it easier. Day 18, I brought another pig so I could actually breed pigs. Then I just started working on another farm that was just meant for mainly crops. I then started planting some of the carrots, and then I just cleared out some of the area around it so I could actually expand the farm. Day 19, I expanded the farm a little bit more and planted some of the wheat I had. I went back down to get some obsidian, which I used to make another portal. I went into the nether and I went into bone zone, thanks Harvey, and got a lot of bone blocks so I can get a lot of bone meal. If I have a lot of bone meal from all of these, and since these actually convert into 9 bone meal each block, I can actually grow a lot of crops with these. Day 20, I planted the rest of my crops and carved a big hole into a hill so I could actually have everything being 3 blocks wide. I then planted even more crops so I could actually fill up the entire farm. Day 21, I went into another cave under my house again and tried to kill all the mobs in there. I proceeded to light up the caves while also trying to kill a few mobs, so I could hopefully not have mobs spawn in here. I patched up the entrance to the cave next to my animal pen so it didn't look weird. I found another mod spawner in the mountain, but unfortunately there were no chests in there. I decided to lure another pig and sheep into the pen so I actually could breed things faster. Hopefully, I guess. Day 22, I harvested a lot of my sugarcane so I could actually fill up my farm. Day 23, I lured in all of the chickens into my animal pen so I could have all of the mobs that give you food. Well, actually not all of them. There's probably a little bit more, but well, these are the main ones, I guess. I went into a plains biome to get some seeds so I could actually breed the chickens. I did use the method of putting water down so it could break all the grass to get the seeds, and it kind of works. Then I went and breeded the chickens. Day 24, I think I just got some more sugarcane, I think. I literally spent all day on this because, yeah, because I really wanted to make that enchantment room. I walked so far away that I had to go to the village to actually go to sleep when it turned night. Day 25, I decided to make a shack out of glass so I could actually just wait until all of the sugarcane grows. Then I decided to dig out a lot of sand and dirt so I could put a dirt path. So I could make a path that leads to places around my base. Day 26 was just me finishing that whatever thing and then waiting for the glass to smelt. When I went back to work on the thing even more, I put a button next to the iron door and I just learned that glass doesn't conduct redstone signals. And then I went back to the house and waited for the glass to smelt again. After the glass finished smelting, I went back to the glass shack to finish up the roof of it. And now it's actually pretty much done. Day 27 was just me watching the sugarcane grow. It was like watching grass grow, but just sugarcane instead. Yep, that's all I did that day. Wait. Day 28, I immediately harvested the sugarcane. Then I turned the sugarcane into paper and turned the paper into books and turned the books into bookshelves. Then I went outside and set up the enchantment room. I placed all of the bookshelves right next to the enchantment table, well, surrounding the enchantment table kind of. And I actually finally got it into a setup where I was actually able to get level 30 enchants. If I get to level 30, of course. Then I built a whole structure around it because I really didn't want just a bare enchantment table room outside just being exposed to the elements. Then I went to get some birch wood so the floor can be birch so everything else is just the same wood type. Day 29, I decided to just finish up the roof and also just light things up in the enchantment room. Day 30, I went down and went mining so I could get to level 30s now that I have my enchantment room set up. While I was mining, I found my way into a cave where there was a few mobs in there, like a creeper, a skeleton, and a few endermen. I literally had to put a bunch of these endermen into boats to kill them. And the first enderman I tried to kill, a creeper blew up the boat. Unfortunately, none of them dropped pearls. Eventually, after that, I was able to get to level 30. It took me a while until I actually found a cave with lapis in it. Also, for some reason, I didn't stop recording, so yeah, this is just a really long day. Since I couldn't find my way back to my branch mine, I decided to just dig up somewhere random and just see if I wasn't far away from my base. It spat me out right next to the swamp, so it's not really that bad. Day 31, I started enchanting my tools and armor and just trying to save the level 30 enchants for the things I use the most. After that, I decided to go outside at the nighttime while it was raining to place torches around my base to see if everything was just well lit. Obviously not everything is well lit, and there's a lot of mobs that were outside, coupled by the fact that it's kind of night. So I didn't get everything lit because of how big of an area my base actually is, now thinking about it. But I still got a lot of it lit, but there's still mobs that do spawn. On day 32, aside from doing things like breeding and farming and everything else, I had something else in mind. See what I'm using these shears for? I'm getting a bunch of these leaves so I could eventually like build hedges next to my paths. And also I'm just preparing this for what I'm going to do later. Day 33, I prepared these flint steels for what I'm going to be doing to the forest. I've been wanting to clear this forest since the start of the series, and I feel like I needed to do it so I could actually have space to build even more things. I'm probably going to be expanding more, so this is definitely needed. And now I decided to start burning down the forest that was near my base. I made a lot of flint and steels so I could burn down a lot of the forest so I could clear out a lot of it. So I present to you the arson montage. Day 36, I decided to turn most of the dirt paths I made into grass paths. I also patched up some of the holes and tried to terraform the land a little bit. Then I decided to put up the hedges around my paths, and I think that was pretty much it for this day. Day 37, I decided to put a little bit more torches around my land to see if there's any missing dark spots, and there definitely was a lot of them. I also went and fought off a lot of mobs at night as well. Days 38 through 40, I was working on a mob farm. Specifically one of those simple mob farms that you could see tutorials of on YouTube. I just wanted to make this because I wanted to find a way to get XP quick. Earlier on day 39, which was probably the last shot before this, there was a pillager patrol that I decided to just kill off, and I got Bad Omen. I finished the mob farm on the night of day 40, and I decided to just torch the rest of the top up so mobs want to spawn on top. Day 41, I decided to build a bridge from the nearby land to my mob farm since I built it over water. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought that just building it over water would make it work more efficiently. But later on I just realized is that what I thought that would work didn't actually work. It was just not really that efficient. All I did on day 42 was just mine gravel so I can get a lot of flint so I can make a lot of arrows. This was such a tedious process. Day 43, I decided to go out and kill a bunch of chickens so I can get a lot of feathers for arrows. Days 44 and 45 were the exact same thing. I was literally doing the exact same thing for both days, which was just killing chickens so I can get arrows. Days 46 to 47, I went mining until I could get to level 30, so I could enchant a bow. For whatever reason, my Bad Omen ran out for some reason. I was literally mining until I can get to level 30 and actually get a lot of arrows so I could actually do a raid. But for whatever reason, my Bad Omen ran out. So, yeah. This was pain. Nonetheless, I got to level 30, so I was able to enchant my things. Days 48 through 49, I went out to find a pillager outpost, but later on I didn't find any, so I just gave up and went back home. 50 to 51, I would just waited, and I was just AFK for whatever reason. I don't know why I was AFK, but maybe it was just me just wanting to just wait out the day for some reason. All I did on day 52 was fish. No, literally, I was just fishing. That's all I did that day. Nothing else. I mean, fishing is kind of like a peaceful thing to do, so I guess I just decided to do it because it's just one way to not die, I guess. Yep, I was fishing again for day 53. Day 54, I started construction on my basement, which I didn't know I was going to use it for. There was so much sand that I had to dig out. There were a lot of spots where if I dig there, the surface sand would just fall and there would be a hole. I then went and got a lot of wood so I could build the walls and the floor. Day 55, I dug out the rest of the basement. Then I finished it up by adding the walls and the floor. Then I spent the rest of the day building a bridge from my main base to an island near my base. And then I covered the island with torches so mobs don't spawn there, and it's just a little bit more safer. Day 56, I got a little bit more wood so I could do some things that make the bridge look better. I then added some fences to also make the bridge look a lot better. Day 57 was just me checking in on the farm and harvesting some of the crops so I could actually breed some of the animals. I also wanted to just do this so I could get to level 30 so I could enchant another thing. I decided to make a sword and go ahead and enchant it. Day 58, I decided to go fish next to the mob spawner just so I could see if I could get any mobs to spawn and to increase my levels. A few mobs actually spawned in there and I actually got poisoned by a witch. Day 59 was kind of the same thing as day 58. I just decided to just fish, although I did went back to my house for a little bit, but then I just went fishing again. False alarm, same thing for day 60. Day 61, I built another bridge from the island that I built the original bridge on to another larger piece of land. I then lit up the bridge that connected the island that I built the original bridge for to my base. Day 62, I was working on my bridge when an enderman was just outside for whatever reason, and when I tried to kill it by putting it in a boat, it decided to just not want to cooperate, so it almost killed me. I think I was down to like 4 or 5 or 6 hearts, I do not know, but you definitely will see it here. Eventually, I got it into the boat and killed it. Day 63, I put torches on the second bridge I built, and then just went to the village. Day 64, I installed this Fletcher so I could trade some sticks for emeralds. Then for the next 4 days, I decided to grind and just get a lot of wood so I can make a lot of sticks so I can get enough emeralds so I could trade with the cleric so I can get ender pearls. And by day 68, I had 12 ender pearls, but I needed more. Day 69, nice. I went back home and redid some of my enchants. I enchanted my sword with knockback 2 and fire aspect 2. Enchanted another sword and it actually had unbreaking 3 on it after I enchanted it. I enchanted 2 of my bows with power 1 and then combined that with another bow and combined that with another bow to make a power 4 bow. Day 70, I mined a whole ton of obsidian so I could actually make several different nether portals so I could go to several different parts of the nether so I could see if I could find the nether fortress. I ended with a total of 41 obsidian so I could actually make 4 nether portals. Day 71, I grinded for more wood so I can get a little bit more ender pearls, but the cleric wouldn't trade me pearls. Day 72, I went down into a nearby cave so I could mine some iron because for whatever reason I didn't have any. And then I managed to find some diamonds. After that, I went back to the village so I could go smelt the things that I mined. And yeah, I think that was pretty much it for this day. Day 73, I used the iron I mined the day before this to make an anvil. And then I combined a bow so I could probably get like power 5. I don't not know what I just said before that. I traded with the cleric again and it actually gave me ender pearls. There was a pillager patrol that I tried to kill off, but for whatever reason when I killed the captain, I didn't get bad omen. Maybe the pillager died to the fire. I think that's what happened. I made 2 nether portals to see if I could find a fortress near where the portal took me to. But unfortunately, I couldn't find any. It also occurred to me that I didn't even know how to use the pie chart. Yep. Day 74, I did the exact same thing I did last day, but for whatever reason, I decided to actually make another portal instead of just going back through the portal I went through, and it just spat me out into an ocean. Day 75, I was walking back home when I heard some lava, but I tried to find it, but it just turns out it was just some random lava thing that was just in a cave and not an actual lava pool. Day 76, I actually learned how to use the pie chart, and then I was actually able to find the fortress and actually get some blaze rods. Day 77, I turned the ender pearls and blaze rods into eyes of enders, and then I threw an eye of ender to go into the general direction of the stronghold. I found a village and I got a few beds from it, but later it turns out I didn't even use them. I dug down in an area where I thought the eye pointed me to, and I couldn't even find the stronghold. On day 78, the eye actually pointed me towards the ocean. I then jumped into a boat and headed into the ocean into the same direction the eye pointed me. And then I found a ravine which I actually saw parts of the stronghold on. And after a bunch of navigation and trying to figure out my way through the stronghold, I found the portal room. And then I put all the 12 eyes of ender I had into the end portal frames and opened the portal. I got a bit more string for beds, but as you'll see later, I didn't use it. And then on day 79, I fought the dragon. I only have a stack and a half of arrows left. Not even a half, just almost a stack. Just a little bit more than a stack. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's going that way. Oh, I should probably get away from here. Oh my god. Oh my god, I did. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like 6 a.m. and oh my god. No, I didn't get all those. Oh my god. After finding the Ender Dragon, I completely forgot to get the Dragon Egg and the levels. Yep. All I was doing on day 80 was messing around. I was trying to make like an automated incinerator, but turns out that I had to trigger this redstone clock if I actually wanted to actually get it to work like a redstone clock. So I couldn't use it with the incinerator. Day 81, I decided to start construction on another floor in my basement, but I just quickly decided to give up and make an incinerator. It was a very low-tech one. You just drop all your items in there, doesn't no redstone or anything. You just drop your items in there. Like how Linus Tech Tips drop a $10,000 CPU. For whatever reason, I added fences right next to it, but after that, I knew it was a bad idea. Because immediately on day 82, almost all the fences burned. Then after that, I built 2 bridges so I could actually connect my main base to the village. I wanted to make it so there was an easy way to get from my base to the village, and so I don't actually have to go into water, especially with my horse. I also added some logs to the side of the bridge so I could make it look better. Days 83 and 84, I decided to go out to find some pillager outposts. Unfortunately, I couldn't actually find any. I also tried to go and kill some chickens so I can get a little bit more arrows, so if I actually did find one, I could actually get arrows for when I actually find a village and start a raid. I also killed a bit more cows and pigs for food. Good thing I actually had fire aspect, so I didn't actually get to smell anything. Day 85, I was mining gravel for flint when my horse disappeared. I'm pretty sure it didn't die, and it probably just wandered off into the wilderness somewhere. But when I looked, I couldn't even find my horse. I even tried to turn hitboxes on, but I couldn't even find the horse. To feel better, I tried to tame this dog, but it didn't even tame. Day 86, I managed to go so far that I'm literally in the ocean. so far away from land that I literally had to go into this iceberg biome and actually use it to place my bed to actually go to sleep. Day 7, I walked all the way back home on foot. Good thing that the mountain is actually almost near 0, so I automatically knew where to actually go. So it actually made it easier for me to go back home from far away places. Day 88, I tried to go on the same quest, but it still led me to nowhere. I don't know why, but for some reason on day 89, I managed to find this shipwreck that I actually dug in, and it was actually near the ocean where the stronghold was. I decided to go back into the stronghold and back through the ender portal so I could actually get my dragon egg and the levels that I got from killing the ender dragon. On day 90, using all the levels I got from killing the ender dragon, I decided to make a new set of armor and enchant it. Combine that efficiency 4 pickaxe that I made to actually make an efficiency 5 pickaxe. Then I enchanted most of my armor except the leggings with prot 3. It just gave me blast prot 4 when I actually tried to get prot 3 on it again, but I already had leggings with prot 3 that I could just combine. I decided to enchant the rest of the books I had to see if I could get an unbreaking book, but I didn't get a single unbreaking book. Then I decided to light the tree on the island on fire. For whatever reason, when I tried to cut down this tree, I didn't cut off all the wood that was inside of it. So I actually had to just light it on fire because it wouldn't decay. Day 91, I went to get out some wood. A lot of wood, I mean. I got all the wood so I could make a watchtower. I wanted to make this really tall so I could actually see like almost all of the things I made on my base, including the farm and like everything else that was just at my base. I completely forgot what I had in my base for some reason. Day 92, I was just finishing up the watchtower. At the top, I decided to actually make it a little bit more wider than the rest of the watchtower, so I can actually have an actual platform to just stand on and just watch everything that's going on at my base, which there's not that much right now. And then by day 93, I finished up the entire watchtower. And then the rest of the day though, I was just farming. Day 94, I went camping. I did the things that you would do at the beginning of the series, like make stone tools, but at the end of the series. I then went and killed a bunch of sheep for food, so I could actually have food because I had no food. I also killed a few pigs as well. I decided to build a little shack in the plains biome so I could actually go somewhere at night and not have to deal with zombies. Remember, I actually had no armor, not even leather armor. So if I were to get hit a few times by zombies, or even a skeleton, I would actually die. This is I survived 100 days, not I died in Minecraft Hardcore. I then added a door so I could finish up the shack. I started off day 95 by getting some coal so I could actually smelt some food. Then I got a little bit more wood so I could make a campfire. I then made a campfire and then set up a nice little camp area near my shack. Then I made a little bit more stairs and then just finished it up. I then replaced the dirt flooring with some hardwood because I didn't want to be stepping on grass all day. I then got some blue orchids and decorated the area near the campsite. Day 96, I tried to find some leather armor, but I couldn't find any. I want to kill a lot more sheep so I could actually get a lot of wool to make a nice tent. I got the last few pieces of wool and finished up the tent. Day 97, I went back home and paid one last visit to the village. And then I cleaned up a bit of the village. Then I dismantled the portals I used early on in this video to attempt to find the fortress. Day 98, I decided to clean up the village even more by putting the fletching tables into houses. And then rung the bell so I could actually lock the villagers in their houses so I could protect them. I don't obviously want these villagers to die, so... Because since this is the village I use the most, I want to at least keep the villagers that are here, just here, and alive. So, yeah, I obviously don't want them dying. Then I went back home and into the watchtower and watched the sunset. Day 99, I breeded the animals for most likely the last time in this video, and then built a little place for the dragon egg near the watchtower. And then I got rid of another part of this hill so I can make way to grow pumpkins. And finally, on day 100, all I did that day was just fish. I went back to the watchtower to watch the sunset as we reached the end of the video here. So yeah, this was a really good 100 days, and I really enjoyed everything here. I almost gave up doing it when I initially attempted this the first time where I accidentally opened the world in 1.8 and lost the world, but I felt like re-attempting this, and here we are. I didn't expect to actually finish this, nor even get to 100 days, but after all the grinding, I was able to put this out. Anyways, if you made it to the end of the video, consider leaving a like and maybe subscribe. If you have any suggestions, leave a comment down below, and if you want to see me go to 200 days here, leave a comment as well. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll see you all next time.